So today we're just gonna do kind of a little glance through. We ain't gonna do a full walkthrough down here at New Hope, just for Athena. I got a little time I got to kill before I gotta be somewhere, and we just happen to be in the area. I plan on coming back here with my wife.
And me.
She knows a lot more about the people in this area, so she would probably be able to tell you a little more about some of these people than me. So we're just gonna start here on one end and just do a quick walk around. We ain't gonna hit them all. I may know some of these people, but I believe she'll know more.
Yeah,
as we walk in the gate here, just kind of give you a pan. Not a very big cemetery, but there are a lot of graves here. That was George Gershwin. I knew a George Gershwin, married to a classmate of mine, Melissa. And that is who that is, George Jr. Melissa. She's still living.
That girl's still living?
Definitely tell she visits that. Redding? Bennett, Bill Bennett. I knew Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett was one of the only people in business that I was allowed to take a check for that didn't have nothing but his name on it. No address, no phone number, no nothing. And my boss didn't care. Said he knew he was good for it.
A lady.
Loretta Kinsey. I know who that was. Ernest Houck. I know a few Houcks, quite a few Houcks. James Houck. Always love when they put these pictures on them. That is so cool to me.
Come look at this picture.
John Houck. Helen Houck. Oh, Mr. Ernest. Miss Helen. I definitely know Mr. Ernest. Damn. Somebody's messed hers up.
Who is it?
I don't know. Almost looks like it was intentional. Somebody hit it with something. You know, one can only assume, but you can look at this and tell from the point of impact that was purposely done. I mean, there's no trees above it or around it, and you can see the point where something struck it. And knowing the background that's going on with this, after her husband passed, we won't get into no names or none of that. There was a court battle over property that was split up, that her husband had farmed all of his life, and her. And then to come out here and see that busted like that, it just makes you wonder if the two ain't somehow tied together. That's all an assumption, you just don't know. But it's sad to see that anybody would vandalize somebody's grave. That's definitely vandalism. Definitely vandalism. I hate to see somebody mess their thing up, and there ain't no trees nowhere where nothing could have dropped on it. Somebody hit that with something.
It don't say her name?
He was a true cattle farmer and one of the last of his kind.
You can tell by that.
Old Larry, Mr. Larry worked a lot. Farm hands, out at the mill, at the sediment ponds. Worked around a lot of cattle ranchers and farmers. You see a lot of them old ones there. We'll be back later on to do some history on them. Hayden, James Hayden. Don't think I knew them. I know of Brian. Okay, Brian Hayden as a child. I know Brian. Brian worked with our sheriff's department. Brian all around great guy. I didn't really know his parents. Oscar Howard Sr., Miss Alice. Knew both of them. Cattle farmers. He used to drive an old red truck with a camper on the back. He used to bring me a lot of deer sausage to the feed store. Really great guy. I know his son. Any of you familiar with the old Jabot Fish Camp restaurant? This was the people here that actually owned and operated it. A lot of history at that place. If you're going down the beach road where Dead Man's Curve is, you go off the end to go to Adams Beach, there's a road that turns back to the left. Back in the day, most all the old timers knowed that they eat there. Now just houses and things that's left, but at one time it was a very well-known restaurant down at Jabot. So I didn't want to pass by without giving you that piece of history. thought a lot of that man. He was a good dude. Real good dude. Those are pretty neat, ain't they? Got brick on top of them.
So these are from the old days.
Yep. Like babies. A lot of these old ones out here. There's some Linda Howe, Kathy Howe, John Howe, Catherine M. Howe, John Howe. Oh, no. That was the same one I might have known. I know the Ted Howe. That's probably not the same one. Berlin Pigeon and Ida Mae Pigeon. Now this would have been my mother's grandmother and grandfather, her mama's parents. I definitely knew Miss Pigeon. Mr. Pigeon was gone before I become part of the family. Miss Ida Mae, I definitely remember her. James Pigeon, Mary Pigeon. That was family to my wife, I believe. That was one of her mama's brothers, if I remember right. Franklin Russell and Linda Russell. Everybody knew who Frank was. County Commissioner. Old Frank Russell.